The first trailer for the blocky game movie is out. Let's be honest, the movie wasn't what we expected. They broke the game's logic, and several things were changed, including Steve. Just look how he turned out. In this video, we're going to make sense of what doesn't make sense, and we'll also explore some cool theories that give us a glimpse into what the movie's plot might be. In the trailer, we see something that breaks the game's logic. And no, I'm not talking about how Steve in this movie is an old, bearded, chubby man, when he should have been a 24-year-old blonde guy with sky blue eyes, almost 2 meters tall, smelling really good, and most importantly, a follower of Andrew Tate to be a hard-working and good man. And with his muscular arms, he hugs this lady from behind and whispers in her ear. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. It turns out the piglins have a gigantic error. I know, the folks behind this adventure did whatever they wanted with our cute little piggies. In the movie, we clearly see the piglins can survive in the overworld without zombifying it. When everyone knows, even my grandma knows perfectly well that these little piggies can't survive in the overworld. The explanation for the nature of the oink 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 is in the game. If a piggy spends more than 15 seconds in the overworld, it transforms into a zombie piglin due to the type of oxygen present in the overworld, which is toxic to them. They messed up the piggy's logic. We're very lucky that Minecraft has a miraculous community because they've created several theories that could explain this phenomenon. First explanation is too simple. It might be the correct one for many. It suggests that the people who wrote the movie script might not be very familiar with the game's technical details and decided to omit this aspect for narrative simplicity. In other words, they avoided the stress and broke the logic. However, if we want to give it a bit more logic, we could consider the possibility that the piggies in the movie found a way to adapt. Maybe they've developed some kind of item or potion that allows them to bring a part of the nether they need to survive, like encapsulated spores or a magical artifact that simulates the condition of their home world. May our god Goku bless this community. It's so good that they created another theory that makes more sense. This theory suggests that the movie might be taking inspiration from Minecraft Legends, a game released last year where the piglins invade the overworld, but in a time long before the events of the original game. In that context, it explains that the piglins have found ways to resist zombification through special mushrooms or spores. That's enough explanation from me. Now it's your turn, my friend. If you have an explanation or theory about this, comment below. This movie grabs attention for many reasons, but the characters steal even more attention, and not in a good way. Just look at Jason. What did they do to you, little buddy? You used to be cool, and now you're like this? Besides this old guy, the other main characters aren't how they should be, especially Steve. God, what did we do to deserve this punishment? I demand we get a refund for our sins to avoid having this version of Minecraft. Anyway, according to a theory, this kind of design for the human characters might have a cool backstory. Supposedly, these guys are players of the game who got sucked into Minecraft, turning them into personalized avatars. The Blocky community has noticed that the characters have features that remind them of the avatar players can create and customize in the game. This has led to the hypothesis that the movie might be set in a world where players are trapped inside the Minecraft universe. Here's a supposed spoiler according to the theory. Since the protagonists are regular players, they have to use their legendary building skills and creativity to survive, complete missions, and eventually find a way back to the real world. It's basically in the style of the Jumanji movies. Speaking of which, I'll reveal a super gross fact, so if you don't want to know, skip to the minute shown on the screen. For those who stayed, here's the quick scoop. We all know who Dwayne Johnson is, right? This guy is a bit weird because he might love making pineapple cola. There's a strong rumor that, in the contracts Dwayne signs for the movies, he adds a clause that says no one is allowed to go to the bathroom when he's on set. So The Rock, when he needs to go, does it in bottles. Ew, gross! I'm going to tell Andrew Tate on you. This rumor stood out because once, during the filming of a movie, Dwayne did an Instagram live, and for a few seconds, you could see several bottles with yellow liquid. So it's pretty safe to say he carries pineapple cola in his luggage. The community is so awesome that they've thoroughly analysed the entire trailer and created a theory that could very well be the main plot of this movie. According to the Blocky community, the glowing orb that the kid carries will be essential for the adventure. This orb could be the reason the protagonists were transported to the Minecraft world. This magical object suggests that the writers took some inspiration from Minecraft dungeons, where there's an orb called the Orb of Dominance, which grants great power to whoever possesses it. Therefore, it's possible that in the movie, this orb is a a powerful artifact that the antagonists, in this case the piglins, want to possess for an evil purpose. If the movie took inspiration from this game, it's likely that the orb in question is similar to the one in the game, capable of altering the world around it and possibly opening portals between dimensions. The community is so amazing that they've gone further and developed what the adventure might look like. The protagonists must protect the orb from the oink 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 who are trying to seize it to conquer the overworld. As the story progresses, the protagonists might discover that the orb is the key to returning to their world, but first, they must learn how to use it and, most importantly, keep it out of the piglins' reach. The grand finale could culminate in an epic final battle, with the protagonists facing off against the piglins and using the orb's power to save the overworld, and finally find their way back home. Ladies and gentlemen, this is cinema for the people. What did I tell you, buddy? This community is divine. They know everything. I might even consult them about my love problem with my guy after finishing the video to get their solution to the problem. Even though the trailer stirred up a lot of negative drama, not everything is going down the drain. This blocky movie has some ridiculously charming details that'll make you say, ooh la la, how fancy. And you'd be absolutely right, because it's packed with the kind of camos and Easter eggs that'll make you swoon. This one scene in the trailer is pure gold. It's crazy how accurately they've recreated the vibe of a Minecraft village, with its wooden and stone houses, torches lighting up the place, and structures that seem like they were randomly generated. The village is filled with references to the Minecraft experience, from how characters craft tools and items to villagers going about their daily routines. Another amazing moment is when we see Jason crafting iron buckets. Around this handsome old man, there are even more game references, like TNT bombs, swords made from different materials. One looks like iron or stone, and the other is obviously diamond and leather helmets, ender chests, and even one of Minecraft's iconic paintings hanging on the wall. I know exactly what you're thinking right now, so let's say it together on 3, 2, 1. Seeing these scenes, my eyes have lost their innocence because they're spilling red liquid. If you think that's all from the blocky community, think again. There's a ton of cooler stuff. I have no evidence, but I believe this community practices black magic because they have the power to predict who the main antagonist of the movie will be. The Minecraft fans were highly suspect that the character Malgosha will be the antagonist. The community has noticed that she shares similarities with the Seer, a character from Minecraft Dungeons, who is also a witch and practices black magic. Both have a mystical, mysterious, and dark aura. This suggests that the people in charge of developing the movie might be directly inspired by the Seer to create a villain that combines familiar elements. This combination would result in a Malgosha with dark powers and archaic knowledge about the orb and its abilities, making her an even greater threat to the protagonist, especially the 40, almost 50-year-old Steve. It's going to stress him out a lot. Hopefully his blood pressure doesn't drop. He'll probably have a Coke by his side to recover. Just hope the staff doesn't mix it up and give him one of those pineapple Cokes that Dwayne makes.